Thank you, Madam President. I too rise
To speak to the bill?
to speak to the bill. I think there's no question that the senator from the 32nd said it correct, that frustrating, exacerbated to just highest levels of being able to figure out why is there a need to, one, misinform the people, to suggest to individuals that the services that Planned Parenthood provides are not services that are needed by individuals in the state, that access to services are not challenging for people, to know that the population upon which these dollars serve, that this is cyclical. Because let's be clear, if we aren't promoting, encouraging, helping family planning and access, that all of the great numbers that we've received on dealing with teen pregnancy, looking at the outcomes related to STDs in our state, all of those things are going to change. And we're going to end up dealing with the outcomes and the issues that come from not dealing with awareness, education, and assistance with STDs and with family planning. And I don't know. I wish it was a way for me to send them all to the senator from the 33rd's house so he can babysit. Because I'm not babysitting. And I don't want them in our pocket. But on the one hand, we're saying that we want to protect life. And the truth of the matter is this bill is not about that. This bill is about vengeance. And it's about individuals who are proclaiming that they believe in a certain way in faith, which is completely different than what the word says. It's the hypocrisy in what we don't do for people who are alive, but say we protect life is challenging, Madam President. But I can't say enough. I was thinking when the senator from the 32nd spoke about how easy men can go and get, birth control. I mean, like literally, it's like everywhere. And Viagra, like available so easily without having to go through any of these additional hoops that one wants to make for what women need to do. I would say it really is sexist. And I would say that it's challenging that we feel a need to control what happens in someone else's womb, in someone else's body. But we don't have the same level of standard for what needs to happen for men. And I find it even more disheartening that the population that we're talking about that gets served by these dollars are the people who are the least among us, that don't have access. I don't know. I've 13 years. I stood up in the other house of this house trying to encourage individuals to see something from a perspective that is not easily theirs. The arrogance, the unwillingness to see a perspective that is not your own, to accept that because you believe something one way, that actually the Constitution allows for there to be difference of thought. It is truly reflective of why your party is so white, with white men, and doesn't have diversity. because of a lack of a willingness to appreciate diversity. And I'm challenged because the effect, no, this is real. And I wish that those of you who are like, oh, what she said. But the reality is that if you look at what you are doing, it is going to have a disparate effect on a particular organization and a particular group of people. And somehow or another, that lens, you're never willing to look through it. And it's going to cost us. Because failure to do prevention and allow planning is going to cost lives, whether it is in individuals not getting screening for cervical cancer, breast cancer, all the different services that happen through Planned Parenthood, the real services that happen. Not to mention the lack of family planning that will also potentially happen, and what that means. I don't know the words that move you. I don't know the words that compel you to get beyond yourself and your own box or lens that you see through. To realize that doing legislation is not about you, but about Wisconsinites. And it also means protecting those that may disagree with you. That's what leadership is. I'm floored because the truth is that this is solely about defunding Planned Parenthood and the services that ultimately are provided by them based on a belief that is rooted, arguably, in certain faith. And the truth of the matter is, people are protected from that, whether you agree or disagree. I wish that you could hear the woman named Michelle in my district who spoke about the services that she got for her daughter, feeling that they were difficult to find, and was glad that she was able to get the services through an organization that ultimately will be affected by this legislation. I wish that you could think about the individuals who are north of the central area of the state who used to get services through the Well Women program who don't now. I wish that you saw the hypocrisy of the statement that services in Fond du Lac that got closed down from Planned Parenthood, that someone said, well, someone else can just do it. No one has. There are collateral consequences to your choices. The shrapnel that is affecting the people of Wisconsin from the policies that have come from this administration and the outer ring is overwhelming. People will be affected by this in a negative way. And candidly, I really believe that lives can potentially be lost because of not being able to get some of the services that are connected to the organizations that presently serve. To give access, that's true protection of our citizens.